over to the.
This thing called family.
Oh, think seating is what.
Guys.
Our topic was which one is better for success, competition or cooperation? And I said competition because when you compete with people, you learn a lot about yourself and your abilities when you compare them to other people doing the same field. Like this goes towards everything: business, marketing, sports. It applies to education, economics. It applies to everything. For example, I was on the cheer team and I was in competitive cheer and I competed with other teams to better myself and better what I'm supposed to do as my spot on the cheer team. What can I do to better myself? And I feel like that's a really important thing for success, to realize what your faults are and what you're good at, what you're not good at, to better improve yourself. I'm not saying cooperation is not as it was totally inadequate. I'm just saying that I feel like competition is a really big part about knowing yourself and becoming a better person at doing your specific things. It also keeps you alert. Without competition, you're on cruise control. Like, you're not worrying about the world. You're just kind of going with the flow. Competition, like, you need perseverance. You push harder. Like, everything about how you normally felt before. When you're competing with someone, competition is in your blood. It's win or lose, and you're competing ever since you're little, doing sports teams, like little games when you're in preschool, kindergarten. Like, it really is like embedded in us as little kids, and we always want to be the best. No one ever really wants to lose, so that's something that we definitely strive for. It helps you set goals, and yes, you might be disappointed if you don't win, but it'll definitely show you as a person what you need to work on, and it helps you build confidence. It helps you be able to have confidence in yourself and your abilities. And maybe before a competition you didn't think that you could push yourself that hard, but once you compete and you have that adrenaline and you're pushing for what you really want, then I feel like that you become a better person in yourself. And it helps you set long-term goals and long-term planning, and it helps you really build skills. We compete every day. Like, we compete for jobs, we compete for anything. And it might be really small factors of competition, but it is a big part in being successful. And I am not open for process.
Okay. You said you were on the cheer team. Would you agree that being on a cheer team is working with cooperation with others?
I was indeed on the competitive cheer team, so it was, being a team is obviously a factor, but we all had to compete to better ourselves to win first place, which we did.
Okay. Would you agree?
Pardon the interruption, please.
Yes.
May I get Diamond Bailey to the main office prepared to leave?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we are going to restart your 3 minutes.
Sorry.
Because I totally forgot to hit the pause button.
It's okay.
All right.
Okay. Would you agree that being on the cheer team involves cooperating with others?
It does involve cooperation, but I was on the competitive cheer team, so it has to do with, obviously being a team you need cooperation, but you also need to put aside your differences and compete to win the trophy, because that's what competition cheer is all about.
Okay, would you agree that cooperation is good for problem solving rather than competition?
Depends on what problem you're trying to solve, what size problem you're trying to solve, yes.
Okay. You said that we are taught competition as early as elementary school. Would you agree that we were also taught cooperation and working with others?
We are taught both of those things.
Okay. Would you agree that if you had failed in a competition, your confidence would be boosted?
Your confidence would be lessened, but you never would want to feel like that again, so you would push harder to not have that feeling.
Okay. I'm all done. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
First.
Okay. Our topic topic is resolved competition is more effective than cooperation. Cooperation is the best motivator in getting tasks done, increasing quality, and more enjoyment and more effort is put into furthering ourselves as a society. With cooperation, people are not as discouraged than with competition. In competition, there's less enjoyment and fun with the activity. In 2010, a 4-year study was conducted that monitored students at a summer basketball camp. Each student was given a goal of 6 out of 10 free throws, either alone, part of a team, or part of a competition. At the end of the study, it was found that the students enjoyed participating in a group than alone and achieved their goals at a higher rate. With cooperation, there are more people working towards a common goal. You learn to work with others, also supporting the idea that 2 heads are better than 1. More thought is put into one goal, and working with others increases confidence in the common goal. This is also true in the business world. Competitiveness is very cutthroat in the business world, and it is very difficult to go be a successful entrepreneur on your own. 75% of businesses fail in their first 3 years. In order to succeed, businesses are forced to mold into one type of product or what is in style at the time. Trends bouncing off of trends are what discourage owners to start their own company with a fresh idea. But be more successful and create new ideas. Businesses form partnerships and cooperate with each other. A combination of competition and cooperation is what best motivates people to come up with the best ideas and accomplish them. Competition alone is not effective in building ideas and being successful. A small amount of competition is beneficial in creating some motivation, but a larger amount of cooperation combined with it increases quality in product, enjoyment, and skill working together as a society to further ourselves. I'm now open for cross-examination.
Just a minute.
So you brought up the fact that, I don't know what rate it was, but a lot of businesses fail after the first 3 years. What happens after the first 3 years?
Well, they're not able to hold up their business anymore, and they can't be entrepreneurs.
And you also said that cooperation and competition need to be kind of,
Combined.
yes, kind of worked as intricately to be, for proper success.
Yeah.
Would you agree that some people are soft-spoken, and if they are trying to cooperate in a group, that sometimes their voices are not heard, so there's no way for them to be bettered?
Well, then that is not 100% cooperation.
Most of the time, there's not always 100% cooperation. Would you also say that cooperation helps you build skills to better yourself, not just for the task at hand?
Yes, I think you learn how to work with others and people, which you have to do a lot in jobs in the future. Thank you.
Alrighty. When you compete, it helps you to be more creative. And I know, like most people who have competed, even on a very small level, have panicked and probably doubted themselves, but that helps you grow. And I do indeed believe that you definitely need competition and cooperation to create the highest amount of success possible. But I also believe that competition, to a point, helps you better realize your faults. Because if you realize your faults, then you can better yourself, and then cooperating will be easier. But I believe that, I feel like competition is a very important factor of success, because if you're on the football team and you go up against a team and you think you're good, and then you suck and you lose, and you realize that you as a team need to also cooperate, but you also need to push yourselves harder and realize what you guys did wrong and to possibly win the next game.
that cooperation includes everybody, which offers more ideas. Everybody has a mind of their own, and everybody has ideas flowing through their minds. And with cooperation, we're able to include everybody. Even if they are discouraged, full cooperation and agreement with each other will include everybody's ideas and further ourselves as a society. I do not believe that cooperation would help so much with furthering ourselves, but it would help with teamwork one day, which we do have to do in our lives. We have to work with others in businesses no matter what. We do have to compete with others, but there is always cooperation involved with it. With competition, not everyone is included, and a lot of people do get discouraged with competition, and it is only useful, I believe, for selfish reasons, not as furthering ourselves as society.
I do agree with the negative side, but I also believe that when you cooperate, that if you compete, you're out to better yourself and you're out for a goal. If you're on a team, if you're in a business, if you're in education, you're passionate enough to already be in that field or in that situation to win and to better yourself and to have fun. And cooperation and competition definitely go hand in hand. And I just feel like cooperation, a lot of kids, when I see kids working in groups or in teams, when they cooperate, there are the soft-spoken kids who do not get a say and who cannot cooperate and better themselves or better the team for the goal. But I feel like if you are on a team or an education and you're competing, you know what you're doing and you're out there to win and you're out there to beat the other team and you're out there to better yourself, and it always makes you feel good when you win. And if you're out there competing, I'm pretty sure that you would try to give it your best and not try to lose.